As a student, to get to Angel, you're going to want to use the address angel.psu.edu, and that will bring you to the main page, and then you're going to log on using your Penn State logon ID and password. Oops. Come on. If you're logging in for the first time, it may ask you to set up some of your preferences. Otherwise, it will take you right to this page, which can be known as either my profile page, or I like to call it your home page. And to get back to this page, you can always click on the home button on the left hand side. So what you're going to first see is my courses, and so this is going to be a list of all of the courses that you have access to. If your instructor hasn't opened up your course yet or isn't using Angel, then you may not see your course in here. So if you don't see it, don't panic. Either the instructor hasn't opened it yet or they may not be using Angel. You have access to groups. You can either create groups yourself or other students can create groups and add you. So all of the groups that you end up in will be under this section, the My Groups. And there are some other things that you may or may not use here. There's My Bookmarks, and if you go in here, you'll see you can add a bookmark. And basically it's just, you usually end up doing this with your browser, so I don't think it gets used a whole lot, but there is a place where you can save bookmarks. Maybe they go particularly with your courses or a specific course or something, and so put in the title, put in the URL, and then save it. And it's one place to keep them all together. So I'm going to go back to that page by clicking on the home button. You'll also see here that you have My Announcements, and this will hold all of the announcements for all of your courses. So you can always check that, keep an eye on your announcements. And I'm going to go through these buttons real quick here on the left hand side. The question is always going to take you to the help section. This button right down here is your log off button. So whenever you're done with Angel, we always suggest that you log off. So that's the button to do that. And then this last button down here is called your preferences. There are several things in here that you can play around with. And one of them is personal information. So if you click on here, you will see that this is all of the information that you can provide to others that are in Angel. If they go into the roster and click on your name, then they will see this information. And basically, the only thing really that you might want to do, first click on Advanced up here. Scroll down, and there is a place where you can upload a photo of yourself, and then you can choose whether you want to allow students and all members of the course to see it, or if you just want your course editors, which would be your instructor, then you can select that as well. You can also put in phone numbers and things like that. So I'm going to go back to, we do suggest that you try not to use the back button when you're using Angel, because sometimes things can get a little funky. So the next thing to go through is the theme selector. And this is where you can actually change the theme and what your Angel course looks like. So if you click on the drop down arrow, you'll see different selections, and say you're in nursing. Maybe you want to have this background, or there are other ones too, obviously sociology. So once you find one that you like, you can just click on apply, and your whole theme will change to that theme. So I'm going to go back. In system settings, you can change this to advanced. That's just going to give you every option that you could possibly have in Angel as a student. The other really important thing here is forwarding address, and this is where you're going to put in your email for Penn State, and then you would click on forward my mail and keep as new. And what this does, and I'll explain this in the mail video as well, but basically what it does is takes all the mail from Angel and will forward it to your Penn State email, because those two mailboxes are not connected in any way. So if an instructor sends you a message in Angel, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to see it in your Penn State mail unless you put your email address in this forwarding address and make this forward my mail and keep as new. So I suggest you do that. Click on Save. And then the last thing here is calendar feed, and here is where you can actually take this calendar feed and put it into, if you use any kind of like, Google Calendar or something that will take iCal or RSS feeds, you can take this feed and put it in, and you can actually have all of your course calendar information imported into your other calendar. So I'm going to click back on the home button. And that's it for the basics. So for the next video, we're going to actually go into one of your courses and take a look around.